Okay, welcome back to another live trade case study, this time on the NASDAQ. I've taken a long position from a volume imbalance. You can take a look at that on your daily charts. And I'm targeting the equal highs above the market close to 19,870. Okay. And I need to see how the market reacts to that fair value gap above the market around 19,830, where I've shaded the fair value gap in a pink box there. So we just need to see how price behaves around that area. So for now, I am just going to go on mute and see how this trade pans out. Okay. So you can see I bought two more because to me this is a change in market structure. Okay, we're going to come above that. So I bought it as we were coming through there, anticipating that we want to close above there and go through. So that's the reason I have accumulated two more, because that to me is the breaking structure. Okay, so let's now see how price behaves in this premium fair value gap. And what I will probably do is take some partials there and leave the rest on for these equal highs, which is not too far away from there anyway. At the moment, we are still in this bearish fair value gap, so kind of want to see this push through, okay, and get above this bearish fair value gap. So I think we will, right? Because now we also have this up candle is basically our breaker. We've got a swing low, swing high, lower low, which has now been swept, and now we should be pushing in, and we should be respecting this up candle and this bullish fair value gap. Okay, so this should now be our breaker. We've swept the low here, and we have a fair value gap here, so we should really be repricing higher. That's what I'm anticipating. I'm going to take off 5 lot in this premium fair value gap, right? And then we'll just leave the rest on, which is not too far anyway from the target. Okay, I just want to lock something in. I think we'll get through there, but I think it's good to just lock something in inside of a premium PD array, right? So I've got 7 lot on. You know, I should take 4 off here. We're pretty close to TP. It's good to lock in some profits. Now just leaving the rest for the equal highs. And I think that is a very well executed trade. Always good to take off partials at those key levels. Even if one is confident we'll get through, you just never know. Okay, because even this here is a premium wick that we could find resistance at. So, you know, you want to lock in and pay the trader, right? Pretty close to TP. So the rest can now just be sitting in break even. And I've locked in more than what I had on initially. So I had a 7 lot, locked in 4 lot, right? So I locked in a majority. And now no matter what happens, I get paid. Okay, so that's very, very important. Even though I'm confident, we're going to go through here and hit TP anyway. Okay, so final 3 lot remaining. The market's open, right? This is not replay or any funny business like that. Okay, so, you know, in VIP, I don't do indices with the students, but I just want to show you that the concepts work on any market. And it's all about learning the concepts, learning the strategies, learning the concepts, learning all about the ICT framework so that you can apply your learnings on any market, whether it's indices, Forex, crypto, or commodities, or any other market. Okay, so I'm going to go back on mute and let's just see how this trade completes. And I do expect that TP to be hit. Equal highs there, very clear draw on liquidity, right? On the way down, this is all manipulation into a level of inefficiency known as the volume imbalance. Okay, look at the daily charts and you'll see what I mean by the daily imbalance. And that has found support, shift in market structure, right? Where I've added on that candle there as we were approaching that shift in market structure, okay, anticipating that to occur, and then taking majority of my position off inside of this premium PD array. Okay, and we may come back down into discount, this fair value gap, this order block, and then I do expect to reprice up into these equal highs where my final lot is set to be taken off. Okay, so going back on mute, let's see how this pans out. Well, there you go, folks. Very clean, in my view, very easy market maker buy model. Okay, regional consolidation, smart money reversal, and all the way back up to the draw on liquidity equal highs and regional consolidation. Okay, market structure shift was the key, right? Stripped the lows here, we have added, and all the way up to the TP. So very straightforward. As I said, you need to learn the concepts, the strategies that you can apply on any market, as I do. Okay, the BLP program is still open to join. Okay, the fee for new members is $4.97 per month, and I do plan on increasing that to $8.97 per month for new members. Okay, so join while you can. Nice, clean, easy execution, all the way back up to those equal highs, and a nice, easy $11,000 plus locked in. Okay, now let me talk a little about the premise of the trade. What makes this trade so easy? Okay, and it's actually this here. See this red line, right? When the market has come up here, and it's come up here at around 9:30, in the 9:30 to 9:45 candle, it's left this buy side liquidity intact. Look at that. Absolute equal highs there. And then it's dropped, right, to take out these lows and come into a key support zone, right, known as a volume imbalance. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter if you don't even know what that is, and it doesn't matter if you don't have a support zone identified. It's irrelevant. Let me tell you why. Because you can wait for a market structure shift, meaning you can wait for a change in the state of delivery of price. Right now, we're in a SOR program, right? The SOR program is attacking liquidity that resides under this swing low, right? People are long from here, and they've got sell stops, and that's what the SOR program is designed to do. And its objective really is to come and balance some level of inefficiency, right, as well as taking liquidity on the way down. Your job becomes to identify the change in the state of delivery of price only when you have a very clear draw on liquidity. If I did not see this, I would not be interested in this position, right? Because this is free money to me. I see this market coming up and then going down, leaving that intact tells me it's coming up here. My job then becomes to identify when is that turnaround. And you can see here, this, right, is the last swing, right, that makes this low. So as soon as you get back up there, that is your opportunity to look for a ICT bullish signature to accumulate. Okay, and you saw that I already added to my positions as soon as we got into the key support zone because I understand and identified that to be a support zone. But as I said, you don't need that. You can wait for the change in the state of delivery, and that occurs when you have the last swing high, takes that liquidity, and then goes straight up and takes out that swing high. This swing high is important because it created a low. Okay, this becomes your bullish breaker, right? And that on the move down is where you can accumulate positions, right, on your demo or paper trading account. Okay, to practice. And then your target is going to be the equal highs above, right, which is your buy stops, right? Anyone that's short from here, okay, has buy stops above here. So we're accumulating essentially down here, okay, where people have sell stops, and we're floating up here where people have buy stops. Okay, now you saw that I took off some partials at a key premium PDRA, right, because the market can reverse from there. That could be the high, come back down, then go back up. So it's important to take off partials where you can at key levels, and then I held the rest to the key liquidity pool. Okay, had a level here as well, which we can see has now got hit, but this was the easy trade. Okay, as soon as I saw this equal high remain intact and the market drop at a key time as well after 9:30, this move up is a 9:30 to 9:45 candle. Okay, this is now moving down 9:45 to 10 a.m. candle key time, new hour, right? So the new hour takes out the low of the previous hour and then takes out the high of the previous hour. That's something else to keep in mind, but not important. Okay, classic market maker buy model. Okay, so again, repeating, what makes this trade easy and requires practice, okay, is seeing these equal highs remain intact, right? The market's kept that intact. Immediately, that tells me we've got to come back up here at some point, right? And then seeing this drop, take sell side, come into a support zone. If you don't have support zone, as I said, wait for market structure shift. This is now your bullish breaker. You go through there, any push down in there is an opportunity for the institutions to accumulate, right? It's an ICT bullish signature. There's a fair bit of gap there, right? And we're popping down into these up candles, okay? And then we continue to go and attack liquidity residing above the equal highs, okay? Hope it makes sense. You've got to go and practice. Look at this on the charts, okay? And practice in a paper or demo trading account, right? If you want to be part of a VIP community that does this type of trading every day, then the description to join that community is called VIP, is in the description of this video. We predominantly trade the gold market, okay? What I want to show you, I want you to learn the concepts. You can trade any market. I want to talk with you in a future video.